Well, we're out here on the beautiful farm at Stonewall where Emmanuel House sits. And we are going to do some interviews today with some folks here at Emmanuel House, and we've also got some other guests that are coming in. Janie,
yes, we do.
Isn't this nice and peaceful out here?
Yeah, and we're in a good shady spot. I'm telling you, Kim Cedar and her ladies and the families here, they've got it made right here in this good shady spot with all this beautiful, the trees and everything. It's just so nice out here.
Oh, yeah, and I noticed there's a fire pit in the back. They must have a lot of fun around here.
They must.
Yeah. So we're going to find out about that. We're going to tell you about Emmanuel House. We also got some other things coming up. First thing I think we're going to talk about, of course, is Emmanuel House. Second thing is the Jamie Evitts fundraiser, scholarship fundraiser, and I believe Philip Evitts is going to be here.
He will be a guest
that
today, and he's brought a bunch of things to look at.
Okay, so we're going to be seeing that. And then we're going to talk about the Help Center. We're going to go over to Carthage.
Okay.
And we're going to look around in the Help Center over there and talk to some of those folks, find out why they do what they do and how they do it. And then the last thing we're going to talk about, Citizens Bank is having a block party.
85th, isn't it?
85th. That's right.
Wow, they've been a mainstay in Smith County for 85 years.
85 years, that's right.
Wow.
And they're going to close the street off up there, but we'll get them to talk to us about that. And then we've got some other announcements that we're going to do. But we're glad you came to be with us on the Chamber Show, and you just look forward. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Well, we're here at the Emmanuel House over in beautiful downtown Stonewall. Isn't that where we are? And I've got two guests here, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to ask them some questions about the place. But go ahead and introduce yourself here.
My name is Kim Cedar, and I'm the Executive Director of the Emmanuel House.
Okay.
My name is Kendra Preston, and I'm the Resident Assistant at the Emmanuel House.
Okay, ladies, well, we appreciate you consenting to be on our chamber program. And what I wanted to do is let people in the county kind of know what you guys do here. So I think what I'm going to do, well, let me just ask you some questions. When did the Emmanuel House get started, and who started it?
The Emmanuel House opened in June of 2008, and it was started by myself and three other people, Junior Nesbitt, Scott Nesbitt, and Lisa Nesbitt.
Is this one of our guest, residents here?
This is Diesel, our therapeutic dog.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we're just going to let him be right there.
Yes, I don't think he's going to take no for an answer. So, anyway, the Emmanuel House was started in response to a jail ministry that I had been participating in for 4 years. And one of the things that we kept hearing over and over again from the ladies in the jail was that all the wonderful preaching and wonderful ministry that we did in the jail was great, except that the church was not the people that were meeting them as they left the jail. And we thought that was a really valid concern, and that if the church was going to go in and offer a life-changing experience for the ladies, that we needed to be a part of their journey outside of the jail as well. And so in the beginning, I was renting a 3-bedroom home from Junior Nesbitt, and we began to pray about where we would start the Emmanuel House. And the Lord just let me know right up front that He'd given us everything we needed. And so we opened up my home at the time, which was a 3-bedroom home. And quickly we were filled with 13 women and children, and we just overwhelmed the septic system. And we realized that the need was greater than we even realized. And so within a year from there, the Lord brought us here to Stonewall and into this beautiful 6-bedroom farmhouse on 500 acres of land. So it has been a wonderful experience, and we've been able to help over 200 women and children since we've been open. So.
Well, that's a wonderful story, and basically give a little bit of an overview of the kind of generally what the program does, what you guys try to do here to help these guys.
Okay. Well, we specialize in helping homeless women and children find stable housing, and we do that through case management, transportation services, and we connect ladies with services that already exist. Sometimes we get referrals from child services, from CASA, from the police department, hospitals. And all of these ladies have barriers to stability that they have to work through. And so my job as a case manager is to help them identify those barriers, identify their strengths, and see what we can do to help some of those move out of the way. More than 90% of the ladies that come through here at the Emmanuel House are here either directly or indirectly because of substance abuse issues. And so something that we added to our program last year was substance abuse counseling through Tina Reddy with Ready-Made Recovery Services. And so our ladies that come here and qualify for that aspect of our program can receive intensive alcohol and drug counseling while they're here with their children. And so that makes us very unique to the area. There aren't many places that allow children to come into a facility with them. We are not a rehab facility. We are a shelter, but we are unique in that we have a substance abuse program for the ladies to participate while they're here. So.
Okay, well, the part that I love is the fact that you allow the children to stay with their parent. And I think that's a wonderful part of the program. Now, we've kind of left you out. Assistant here, I'm sure there's other things that go on. You want to tell us about your role in this?
I live here at the house with the girls. One of my children lives here with me full-time also. My baby does. My other children visit. I just try to do basically the evening and the night shift for Kim. So take them to AA, take them to alcohol and drug therapy, to the grocery store, whatever their needs are. And I'm also here just in case of an emergency or in case they need someone to talk to. You know, sometimes the girls need someone to talk to at night when they're laying in bed and they get to thinking about things. It can be kind of rough. So they always have someone here just to talk to so they don't feel alone.
Well, and that sounds very necessary, because I know one of the problems I would think people would have is maybe feeling abandoned when they're trying to get through something like this, when they really want to make a difference in their life. So it's good that you can have 24-hour basically supervision and help there to help them get through these things. Mm-hmm. And you noticed, you mentioned the therapeutic dog. Actually, that's true, isn't it? The setting here is designed to try and help somebody get through this.
Absolutely.
It's a wonderful setting. It actually feels like a home instead of like an institution or a rehab. It's a wonderful like home setting with a family.
Well, and I know you're good neighbors in the community here, and we hear good things about it. And I know several churches support you, and I know the county lends some support. If someone wanted you guys, would you come and speak at a church or at a function or give a presentation?
Absolutely. That's one of the things we love to do most, and we encourage the girls that are going through our program to share their testimony. Partly as part of their therapy, because it's important to get out all of those things that have happened to you, and partly because there are other people out there who need help who have not been able to reach out and who feel alone. And so when the ladies stand up and give their testimony, it really is a way of letting people know, hey, there are other people out there like you, and there's somebody that can help. So.
Well, that's a wonderful part of the program. I know when we look inside the house, you have the great room there. That is a common area, and I guess the kitchen is just off from that. And that basically is where everyone kind of meets, and they can sit and talk and everything. But they have their own bedrooms privately and private rooms. Is that the way the house is laid out?
Yes, we have 4 single beds upstairs. So we have 2 rooms with 2 beds in each room. So we have single ladies that come in, and that's where they would go. So they would actually share a room with one other person. But now when ladies come in with children, they have their own room, and we have 2 family rooms downstairs for ladies with children. So.
Okay, and how are you funded?
We're funded entirely by donations from churches and generous individuals, and we have a couple of businesses as well that donate to us. And we're especially blessed because the county does also support us. So the county government has been so special in doing that. And just this year, the city governments for Carthage and Gordonsville also donated to us, so that's wonderful. So, and people who are interested in donating to us can go to our website. It's www.emmanuelhouse.net. We also have a Facebook page that isn't connected right now, but you're welcome to contact me on Facebook and about how to donate to us, and we can certainly get that set up for you.
Okay, well that's wonderful. Anything you would like to add?
I think that's about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're going to look around the Emmanuel House just a little bit and show you some footage there, maybe during the interview, and we'll be back here just in a moment.
We're here at beautiful Emmanuel House out on the patio, and I have with me a very special friend and someone that I'm going to be interviewing today, and I'm very excited to welcome Philip Evans. Philip, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Janie, for having me.
Well, the reason we wanted Philip to be here today was to talk about the upcoming Jamie Evans Scholarship Benefit, which is always in October.
Yeah.
And it's coming up October 25th. And, you know, this has become a very big thing in Smith County.
It has. It's humbling just how big it has become, because all throughout the year there'll be people asking me at the co-op, when are y'all going to have it again? When are you going to have it this year? And things like that. And it's turned into it's really a blessing just to see how it's taken hold, and all the neighbors and what have you have really picked it up and carried it on, and it's getting bigger every year.
I'm really amazed. We do have, it's one of the most fun days. If you've never been to the Jamie Evans Scholarship Benefit, this is our 12th annual one this year, and it's going to be held Saturday, October 25th. Now, the program starts at 11, and then the big auction starts at 2.
Right.
But in between that, we've got a whole lot going on. It's going to be held at the Smith County Ag Center. But before we get into all that, and Philip, I know this is tough for you, but this program was started based on some friends of yours that wanted to do something in honor of Jamie.
Yeah. Jamie was my youngest son, and it was a car accident November 29th, 2002, and Jamie and my other kids too. It would have been our 13th year in a row showing livestock, 4-H livestock heifers and steers. The year we lost Jamie would have been 13. And anyway, some friends of ours, John and Barbara Maxwell, actually came up on the dock one day there at the store in the spring after we had lost Jamie in the previous November, and mentioned would I be okay with them starting a scholarship in his name, and I was humble to the point that I said yes, it would be fine. And I talked to my wife and the other kids, and they all got behind it, and it started out from just a little fundraiser across the road from a co-op in the tobacco warehouse. The first year, I think Mr. Pete Watts donated a registered heifer, and we had a good time. Had Mid-State Quartet was there to sing for us.
They've been there every year, just about, haven't they?
Just about every year. I can't thank them enough. But anyway, that first year, I think we might have raised about $3,500 or something like that. And but that was in 2003. And it's grown from that to every year. It just seems like I don't know where it comes from. And that humbles me as much as anything.
I know that it does, but there are a lot of folks who believe in this scholarship benefit. By the way, if you're not familiar with it, the scholarship benefit has given out over $58,000, and that's to both Smith County High School and Gordonsville High School students who want to go on to college, who have a background in either FFA, FHA, or 4-H.
Right.
And that's kind of how Extension got involved. UT Extension got involved because Jamie was one of our 4-Hers that did show cattle, and so we became a part of it as well. Now, I know you said you feel humbled by all that people do. You do have a large following that comes to this.
We do. I think last year, by the number of bidders that signed up for the auction and the number of people that had made donations, and the best guess and a pretty accurate guess is we had well over 300 people.
Wow. That
came through on that particular Saturday. And, it starts out at right at 11 o'clock, and, some of the things start at 10 with all the stuff outside and what have you, but it's a full house until it's over.
That's true, and the auction, we've got some amazing things. Of course, it's not all about the auction. We're going to talk in a few minutes about some of the other things that we do, but let's show them just a few of the items that you've brought with you today. Do you want to start with the basketball?
Yeah, every year almost every year we've had the opportunity to get a UT autographed basketball or football, or probably both. Well, this year I managed the co-op here in Smith County, and at the summer managers meeting in Fort Walton, Donnie Turnbull, I think, is that how you pronounce it?
I can't remember.
Just looking to see how he signed it there. Tyndall. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the new basketball coach at UT, and very, very humble, very Christian, seeming like good guy, and I hope he does well in Knoxville, because he seems like our kind of folks. But he came down as our guest speaker, and we took a basketball in and told him what the situation was and what we were going to do with it, and he was more than happy to sign it for the Jamie Ivets 2014 Memorial fundraiser. And of course it's signed by Donnie Tyndall, and we've been blessed each year nearly with either a basketball by the coach. We've had some Pat Summit basketballs.
Yes. I think we did last year, didn't we? Or was it last year? I think.
Well, I know we've had some, because there's been some pretty good fights over them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've had the footballs from Lane Tiffin.
Yeah, well, okay. And who else?
And all the way back to to Philip Fulmer, and we've been really blessed with some good UT stuff, and that's just a touch of the iceberg. I can't thank Dennis Banka enough with the radio station, stuff that he helps get. This year, I brought a picture along, and Dennis called and wanted to know if I wanted to go down there with him. We went to Ricky Skaggs, or he did, and down there at Ricky Skaggs' house, and Ricky autographed a guitar for us. And it's especially for the Jamie Ivets 2014 Memorial Scholarship fundraiser, and that guitar will be there at the auction, and we really appreciate Ricky Skaggs doing that. The Bellamy brothers also autographed one for us. Those are some of the kind of newer things. This shadow box that Janie's got a picture of the flyer here. I wish you could see this shadow box. It's Bob Gregory that works at the store with me. He builds these things for us every year, and we put old antique tobacco items in it, old knives and spikes and cans and things of that sort. Well, this year's box, it's going to be pretty special. That barn wood came off of a barn on my home place, and it's a barn that I tore down. It was a log interior. Anyway, this box, that wood is over 100 years old, and Bob Gregory built it, and there's over $300 worth of items that I have picked up at different places and bought and put in there, but just that shadow box itself is really special, and it's the biggest one we've ever had. And
this would be great for any farmer, but especially for farmers who have raised tobacco in the past, and it's a part of their family heritage. And it's full this year.
It's very full, and it's, Janie, I got to say this, and I don't want to put anybody's fundraiser or auction or whatever down, but that's another thing. We've always been blessed with really nice, good stuff, collectible stuff that people fight over. I mean, the auction, one of the things that I've always said, after the gospel singing and the bluegrass singing, and Janie will get a little more into that, is finished, and we try to start the auction at 2. One of the things that I've always said is, y'all sit back, you're going to see a miracle.
And it really has been to a large degree. Tell them about the tobacco prints. Now, that's really an interesting thing.
These prints, back when tobacco used to be, you know, it made Smith County and a lot of Middle Tennessee and East Tennessee in particular. And a lot of the warehouses here in Carthage gave me the posters that Philip Morris made, and they're really nice. They're collector's editions. You can't get them anymore. I've still got several of them put up and saved, and we've been framing 3 of those for the last 2 years. And they are, I mean, super nice. I've seen a lot of them hanging in the bigger producers' offices and what have you, and in some bankers' offices. You know, the bankers know where they knew where the money came from in Smith County.
That's exactly right. Well,
yeah.
it was a big part of our heritage here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell us about. Now I see some Life magazine. Tell us about that.
Last year, now I've not got this year's done yet. We got Life magazine, Look magazine, several others from back in the 40s and 50s, and the back covers most of the time had cigarette ads, and I even had one last year from 1961, and it was the year that Roger Maris hit 61 home runs. And he was advertising Marlboro's on the back page of that magazine, and we had that framed up real nice. Kim's Framing Art, in Carthage. She did the framing for me, so they looked really nice. And you know, we put together some really nice collectible stuff, and I've got a lot of that stuff coming again, Janie. It's I've got a promise of a bunch more of those case pocket knives that we had last year.
Oh, and those are nice for sure. Now, we'll have a commercial heifer.
Yeah, we got a commercial heifer.
That will go up for auction.
And she is first class. You know, she comes out of mine and Joey's herd, and still working on, it'll either be a purebred bull or a purebred heifer. I don't know which yet, but we will have. We've always had, it started out, we were trying to do a show heifer, a halter broke show heifer that another kid could buy and move on and show that following year. Well, that worked for 3 or 4 years, and then it kind of got where it was hard to get one that was halter broke.
Right.
After about my 4th back surgery, I quit breaking heifers.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, we'll have there'll be a crackerjack. I mean, her mama hits the ground every February with a calf, and this calf is a clone for her. So. And with the price of livestock, what they are right now, you know, that's our heifer so much, but the gentleman that's going to donate to the other one, that's probably a $2,500 animal that he's going to donate.
Wow,
So.
I'm telling you, when you get donations of that magnitude, you know how special this is. And I know there are a lot of these fundraisers, but we hope that you will come to this one. It just does so much good. Now, we've got something in the background that I just think is awesome. And Philip, if you'll help me, let's get this. This is actually, well, tell them about it.
Well, this is the Constitution, and this is a barnwood frame, and it is barnwood. It's not plastic. I've got the Constitution, I've got the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights. They're all 3 the same size on this parchment, and they're all 3 framed in this barnwood. And then I've got another set, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence, framed in a mahogany
Oh, wow.
frame that will, you know, look real good in a lawyer's office, say.
Yeah.
This one right here would look good anywhere. Well, both of them would look good anywhere.
Or the Chamber of Commerce or the mayor's office.
Yeah,
or,
the Chamber of Commerce, mayor's office, either one. But actually, I've got a copy of the Constitution that I keep in my Bible, Janie. I do.
Okay.
It's one of those little, and I, you know, especially the Declaration. Now, these words right here are pretty small. They're hard to read, but when you see this Declaration in this frame right here, and you stop and you start reading some of those things in there, if it don't touch your heart, then you're not American. I'm telling you, it's really a blessing. And this is the first time we've had these, and I think I saw them somewhere, and I thought we can do that.
Yeah. I just just think it's so neat because so many, I don't think because we don't have civics classes anymore, our students are really missing out on how our country was really founded and the principles they were founded on.
Right.
And so I just, when you brought this into one of our meetings, I thought, wow, that's just really awesome. So that's going up on the auction block as well.
Yep,
Let's go ahead and set this back very carefully. And of course, you know, there's probably, how many hundreds of items would you say that we have? 200-300 items maybe?
At least. The auction starts, we try to start promptly at 2, and it's hard to get it over with at 4.
Right.
And I mean, that's pushing it through there. So yeah, it's at least over 200 items.
And you know, now many of these items have been donated by, I think, Steel often will donate
They're donating a
equipment.
chainsaw again this time.
Chainsaw, okay. And we have a lot of items that pertain to the farm. You just have to come to see everything, and we will be setting up on the Friday before if you'd like to. I'm sure we wouldn't mind if they came in to take a look.
We definitely won't run nobody off. No.
But you know, the auction is not all that this is
No.
about. We have got something for every member of the family. To start off with, this year, we decided as a committee that we would have the first annual cornbread cook-off.
Right.
And just to give you a little bit of information about that, and by the way, this flyer that you see right here is available from the Extension office. We'll have some over at the co-op. They will also be available on the Chamber website and on the Monday morning memo. So be watching for that because it will be, I think we just sent her one, but we're going to update it just a little bit before and send her another one. But watch for it on those sites. The Chamber will probably have some of these flyers as well. But we're going to start with our first annual cornbread cook-off.
Yeah.
And this is any kind of cornbread. It doesn't have to be just good old buttermilk cornbread. It can be any kind. And we want to encourage you to make some, bring it. We have a $25 first prize, a $20 second prize, and $15 third prize. And the cornbread has to be in a large skillet. We want you to bring a skillet full. You don't have to bring it in the skillet. Just bring a skillet full. Do not cut it. We want it served in a round manner, and then we will cut the pieces. And if you would like more information on the cornbread cook-off, simply call the Extension office at 735-2900. We also will be having a cornhole tournament and a horseshoe tournament while things are going on. We have got a dunking booth again this year. That was a big success.
Yeah. We had every football coach from the Carthage high school football team and the Gordonsville team, and it was a trip.
It was. I mean, they stayed busy all morning and into the afternoon. We had the county mayor there, and he's already agreed to do it again this year. So if you want to dunk the mayor, this is your chance.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get Sheriff Hopper again this year. We're going to see if he'll do that for us. He came last year, and he got dunked a time or two.
I believe you will.
Now, for lunch, we have got a big lunch planned. And for those of you who've never been, you may not be aware of this, but we serve a great, delicious lunch. This year, we've changed our menu. We're not doing the chili thing. It's getting a little old. So we decided to do pinto beans or white beans or mixed beans and a cornbread, which we're going to use from the contest. And then we'll also have Wright's Barbecue. And we'll be serving plate lunches. I think we only charge like $5 or $7, depending on what they get.
Right.
And that includes a drink and dessert.
And that'll be more than they can eat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For kids, we have hot dogs.
Yeah.
And one of the great things, and we sell out of this, is the homemade desserts that the FCE club members bring in. That bring in cakes and pies, and oh my gosh, they're delicious. I mean, that's all you can say. We also, in the auction, we have a lot of great cakes, don't we?
And fried pies, and oh Lord, when you see. That's what I'm talking about, the miracle of this thing. You know, it's not what you're bidding on, it's what you're bidding on it for. And you see a plate of 12 fried pies bring $125. It kind of touches your heart.
But they're good. I mean, you know,
yes.
they're good.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I ate one whole plate last year during the auction myself.
Oh my gosh. We also will be having a cow patty bingo. Now, if you would like to play that, tell them about that, Philip.
Cow patty bingo. That's been a big showpiece of our fundraiser. It's I believe we're the only ones in Smith County that do that, and I hope it stays that way. But anyway, cow patty bingo is we'll block off 12 2x2 squares out in the yard with the soccer field
the Ag
marker
Center.
at the Ag Center. Be out in the grass, and that's 12 squares this way, 12 squares that way. So it's 144 squares. We put a fence around that, and we've got a board set up at the co-op that has those squares on it, and you can go in and buy a block for $5. And all of this money goes to the scholarship and the fundraiser. Anyway, wherever the heifer at 1 o'clock, we always put the heifer in the cow patty bingo board at 1 o'clock, and we don't tell anybody where she's going in at, because most of the time it doesn't take them long. Wherever she goes in at and plops first, she decides this is the place she needs to use the bathroom. That's bingo. So
whoever has that square, they're going to win how much this year?
$200. We've raised it to $200.
Okay,
It's
right
been
there,
being $100.
folks. I'm telling you,
Yep.
there's a lot of ways for people that come to actually get money
And
at this event.
the $400 gas card.
Tell them about
This
that
year,
also,
yeah.
Philip.
You know, Dennis started that last year, and
He's talking about Dennis Bank at the radio station.
Yeah, and we're gonna do it again at the end of the auction. You know, when everything's all said and done, and everybody's wore out and full and ready to go home. You stay to the end of it. We'll have a drawing. I believe you have to be signed up for the auction.
You do.
That's how you get your name in for the drawing. And we'll have a drawing for $400 worth of gas cards, and it's yours to take home. And Lord knows, that may not be but 4 tanks now.
Yeah, that's true.
but that goes a long way.
You know, it really does. And
Yeah.
we want to thank Dennis Banka. And Jim's going to be
Jim
there.
West.
And Jim
It's
West.
going to be Jim's birthday. I don't know whether I told you that or not.
Oh.
We got to work on that.
We are going to work on that. But they are going to be emceeing all the events. By the way, starting at 11 o'clock, we'll have some groups that will be singing. We have the Mid-State Quartet.
Yeah.
We have the Bluegrass Militia and the Community Kids Choir. So if you don't want to do all these other things, come on and listen to music. Just sit back and relax. You can eat lunch with us. Again, the prices are very reasonable, and you'll get lots of food. And just a reminder, if you have children, bring them out, because we have a petting zoo. We have wagon rides. Let's see, what else have we got? A hay maze.
Hay maze this year.
That's
Chris.
totally new. We are going to have a hay maze. And we're also going to have a pumpkin carving contest. We have one for youth age 12 to 17, one for adults age 18 and over, and we're going to give a $20 first prize, $10 second prize, and $5 third prize in each category. And then we also will have a Halloween costume contest. There's 4 different categories in that, from little ones all the way up to grown-ups. So we encourage, I know one of our committee members, Nita Woodard, said she had been out talking to everybody, asking all these adults to wear costumes that day. So, and you know, I will say this, if you would like to donate to the Jamie Evans Scholarship Benefit, you can do that. In fact, Philip, they could bring the money straight over to the co-op.
Right. They can bring it to the co-op, and I can assure you it goes right straight into the scholarship fund. We've got a committee. Of course, we've got the scholarship fundraiser committee, which consists of the extension and there's probably 10 of us.
Right.
And then the scholarship selection committee is probably 12 or 14 people. And we kind of rotate a couple of new people on and off of there every now and then to keep everything fair and square. And I guess myself and Darlene and Barbara and John, we sort of oversee the actual money. So it's 100% taken care of and handled, and it stays right here in the county and in the right
That's exactly
right
correct.
hands
And it's used for the folks right here in Smith County. Now, again, if you would like to donate to the Jamie Evans Scholarship Benefit, you can call the Extension office and we'll get it to them. Or if it would be better, and we suggest you do this, just take it straight over to Philip Evans at the Smith County Co-op. And again, I encourage you to come out to the benefit. It's Saturday, October 25th. Actually, the cornbread cook-off starts at 10 a.m. and we start judging at 10:30 because we want that cornbread to be ready for lunch at 11. And some of the other contests will start around 11 o'clock. We've got so much. I mean, it's hard to imagine. We couldn't even go into detail. But I just want to encourage you to come out. You will have a ball. I mean, it's just a great day. Anything else you want to share with them, Philip, before we close?
No, I want to thank you, Janie, and Extension for everything y'all have done. And I mean this. The fundraiser wouldn't be what it is without y'all. And
well, thank you.
I mean it. I'm not saying because you're sitting there and everybody else that helps with it. And it's like you said when we started, this has become, it's almost become a expected thing, and it's just a regular thing here in the county, and that humbles me, and I'm blessed by that. I don't know where. A lot of people do a lot of things for us that I don't know that I would have done for them, and it really it humbles me. But you know, most of all, it's about helping these kids and getting them an education, and we don't care if they're going to go to school to be a dentist or a doctor or whatever, you know. We try to focus our scholarships on ag background kids.
Right.
But out of all the scholarships we've given, and I think there's 51, is that right?
I can't remember, somewhere around there.
In 13 years, I think there's 51, or 12 years, it's 13 coming up. 2 haven't went all the way through school.
Just 2 out of that many.
49
That's
of our
incredible.
kids have gone all the way and got their at least bachelor's degrees.
Well, we want to encourage, if you are listening or if you know someone that's gotten this scholarship, we encourage them to come back every year and participate. And by the way, we give scholarships to both schools every year. More than one child, anywhere from 3 to 5, 3 to 4, something like that per school. And it's all about, I mean, encourage your children to apply for this. They can do that by contacting Philip at the co-op. Philip, thank you so much. I look forward to the benefit, and I hope we'll have a lot of people come out. All right, we'll be back shortly.
Hi, we're still here at Emmanuel House, and we're going to Carthage just in a short period of time. Wanted to interject one thing. They've just had a consignment sale at Pleasant Shade, and they're going to have a craft fair later on in the month. So you watch the signboards and the newspaper for that, because those folks at Pleasant Shade, they have a good thing going there at the school, and there's a lot of crafts and things going on. Also, CASA, that's the court-appointed representatives for youth around here in the county. CASA is having a October the 12th function at the Ag Center, and they're going to be raising money for that, and I think Mr. Digger Poindexter is helping with that. So remember to go to the Ag Center October the 12th, and we'll go on now to Carthage, Tennessee.
Bill, we are so excited about celebrating 85 years of service. We were founded October the 26th, 1929. And since that date, we've opened 9 branches in 3 different counties, Smith, Putnam, and White County. We want to invite everyone out to attend our block party that will be held on Saturday, October the 25th from 3 to 5. It's going to be celebrated right here on Main Street in Carthage at our main office. Please, everyone come out and join us in this celebrating our 85 years of service to Smith County.
Well, we're back here at the Emmanuel House. Boy, we move fast, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It goes way too fast. I enjoy this, though.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. But we've had a good program for you, and we talked about a lot of things. You know, the one thing we didn't mention last month, and the reason I want to mention is because it's an annual event. We had William Walton Days last month, and I tell you, it was really great. The vendors seemed to be really excited about it. Had a lot of folks come, and some of the Walton family was there.
Oh, wow.
Had our reenactors. We had a lot of fun. A lot of folks showed up, so it was a was a good event. We're looking forward to doing that next year. But on November the 30th, we're going to do Hometown Christmas.
Oh, I love it. I love
And
that.
there is a rumor that we might also do a festival, so keep your eye on the newspaper and what's going on. There may be a festival involved, and so there might be some other things happening in the courthouse. And next year, sometime in January, we're working on getting a mock trial set up.
Oh.
And we're working on a murder mystery, a courthouse murder mystery.
Oh, wow.
With a dinner. So we got a lot of exciting things.
Dinner and a mystery.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, so we're thinking about doing that. And let's see, there was some other things that were going on.
What about Save the Depot? Now, I know we talked about that just a little bit before in our other last program. How is that going, Bill?
Well, hopefully by the time you're watching this program out there, we will be in the process of moving the depot. We have raised the funds to be able to move it. We're continuing to raise funds so we'll be able to renovate it. And we've talked to the electric companies and the telephone companies, and we've contacted the state, and we're in the process of getting our permits. We're actually going to probably would have, by the time the airing of this program, we'll have picked the mover, and we should be moving it sometime toward the 1st of October. Maybe into the first week. So that's the plan.
Okay.
And we've got a home for it. So it's going well. But donate to Save the Depot. Just because we get it moved doesn't mean that it's over with, because we've got to make it look
There's a lot of renovations.
Oh, yeah. It's got to look good, and it's got to be something that Smith County can be proud of. So we're excited about that. Also, while you're watching this show, toward the end of the month, I know just about every church and organization here, they'll have something fun to do. They do these fall celebrations.
Yes.
I know the church that I attend over in Gordonsville, they're going to have these bouncies for kids, and they're going to give away free food, and they're going to have a fire pit, and there's all kind of stuff, singing. And I know just about every church that you up and down the streets doing that. So you can find something to do this month, especially toward the end of it, and it's all a lot of good fun.
Some of it's, some churches still call it trick or treat. Some call it trunk or treat. There's just a lot going on. I mean, Smith County's always got something going on. You can't be bored if you live here.
No, and not if you look around for something. Last month, we took the youth leadership. We went down a kayak trip on the Caney Fork. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, wow.
And as of the airing, we will have done our Bear Walla Gap trail hike. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's 11 miles. I believe that's right.
11 miles?
I believe that. I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe I'm crazy. No, I think it's 11 miles.
That is a long trip. You're going to have some tired youth.
Oh, no.
You're going to have some tired adults.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I think his nose is growing.
We
Don't you all?
love it. We love it. Anyway, stay tuned next month. We'll tell you what's going on. We're proud that you came to be with us, and God bless.
Happy Halloween.